A very good morning to one and all. On behalf of the Embassy of India, Kuwait, I, Saida Misbah, welcome you all to the celebration of Constitution Day. A warm welcome to Ambassador of India to Kuwait, His Excellency Shri C.B. George Sir, Madam Joyce C.B., members of all Indian associations in Kuwait, and media fraternity. Constitution Day, also known as Samvidhan Divas, is celebrated in India on 26 November every year to commemorate the adoption of the Constitution of India. On 26 November 1949, the Constituent Assembly of India adopted to the Constitution of India, which came into effect on 26 January 1950. The Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi, made the declaration on 11th October 2015 while laying the foundation stone of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar's Statue of Equality Memorial in Mumbai. Let us begin our program with the National Anthem of India. I request everyone present here to rise for the National Anthem.
सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगल नायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
Moving ahead with the program, may I now invite Ambassador of India to Kuwait, His Excellency Shri C.B. George Sir, to deliver his remarks. Welcome, sir.
Good morning, everybody. Distinguished guests, children, ladies and gentlemen. My greetings on the occasion of the Constitution Day of India. It was on this day, November 26, 1949, 299 members of the Constituent Assembly of India formally adopted the Constitution of India in New Delhi. Since its first meeting in December 1946, the Constituent Assembly took 2 years, 11 months, and 17 days to complete the task of finalizing the Constitution. Let's for a moment think about the many challenges that generation of India faced. They were determined to take India out of several centuries of oppression and colonial rule. They were determined to establish a sovereign, socially secular democratic republic and to secure to all its citizens, all generations to come, justice, social, economic, and political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual. The future of 1/6 of the total population of the world and several generations to come were in their hands, and they delivered. What came out of their long deliberations in the Constituent Assembly was one of the most unique constitution, which provided a framework for peaceful governance of our motherland and its emergence as beacon of hope in the Committee of Nations. It emerged as a model format to many new independent nations all across the world. That makes November 26, our Constitution Day, a very important day in our nation's history and in the history of the world. It is the framework within which India re-emerged as a major power, overcoming the suppression and slavery imposed on 1/6 of the humanity that spanned over hundreds of years. This constitution has also provided India the necessary framework to which contributed to India's achievements in diverse fields, including atomic energy, space science, agriculture, biotechnology, and information technology, for which India is well known all over the world today. And now, during the COVID-19 pandemic, we have seen India emerging as the pharmacy of the world, supplying our Made in India vaccines to 93 countries in the world, and COVID-19 related medicines and assistance to over 150 countries. And today, we have given 120 crore, that is 1.2 billion doses of Made in India vaccine within India. It's a matter of pride for an ambassador to say with confidence that the economic and scientific transformation India achieved was under a constitution which guarantees liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship, equality of status and of opportunity. Dear friends, India today is a land of billion opportunities. India will soon overtake China as the most populous country in the world. In India, we speak different languages. We worship different gods. We eat different foods. We wear different clothes. But there is a feeling of oneness and common consciousness that keeps us together, make us proud of our nation, India. We need to take a deep look at the day-to-day life in India to understand the importance and the influence of our constitution. Every day, it is the Constitution of India that gets celebrated when a democratic election takes place in some part of India. Every day, it is the Constitution of India that gets celebrated when we conduct our day-to-day life in peaceful and orderly manner. Every day, it is the Constitution of India that gets celebrated when we conduct our examinations all across the country to select people on the basis of merit. Its influence and impact is so deep at everything in India. Today morning, at the Central Hall of the Parliament, the main event to celebrate the Constitution Day was held, attended by Honorable President of India, Vice President of India, and Prime Minister of India. Honorable Rashtrapati Ji read out the preamble of the Constitution of the nation, to the nation. For India, November 26 is an occasion to remember and honor the framers of our Constitution. Here in Kuwait, we started the day with floral tributes at the feet of Mahatma Gandhi. Today, we remember the members of the Constituent Assembly, its President, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, and its Chairman of the Drafting Committee, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, and many others who worked hard to make this Constitution to us. We will now together read the preamble of our Constitution to join hands with our 1.3 billion brothers and sisters to celebrate our Constitution. Each word of the preamble has a great meaning and great message, a message that enshrines the values of our history and our freedom struggle. So may I request you to rise and join me in reading the preamble. We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic, and political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November, 1949, do hereby adopt, enact, and give to ourselves this Constitution. Thank you. Dear friends, while November 26 is a happy occasion as we celebrate the Constitution Day, but it is also a sad reminder of the Mumbai terror attacks which had taken place on this day in 2008. It is the anniversary of gruesome terrorist attacks in Mumbai that lasted 3 days in November 2008. 166 innocent people lost their lives and 300 innocent people were injured. We feel the pain of those who lost their loved ones in these terrorist attacks from across the border. Today, a grateful nation boasts to its security personnel who valiantly fought the terrorists. We continue to face the menace of cross-border terrorism. It is a day to rededicate ourselves in the fight against terrorism and to rededicate ourselves to protect our country and to work towards its prosperity and development. It is a day to declare to ourselves and to the world that our Constitution, our democracy, and our country will continue to flourish and progress. Thank you and good morning.
Thank you, sir. We will now watch a visual display to pay homage to the victims of the Mumbai terror attack that took place on November 26, 2008.
मुंबई हमले में मारे गए सभी लोगों को अपनी श्रद्धांजलि अर्पित करता हूं। इस हमले में हमारे पुलिस बल के कई जाबाज शहीद हुए थे, मैं उन्हें भी नमन करता हूं। मुंबई हमले के जख्म भारत भूल नहीं सकता। अब आज का भारत नई नीति, नई रीति के साथ आतंकवाद का मुकाबला कर रहा है।
We were shocked by the terrorist attacks in Mumbai, India.
J'ai envie de dire quelques mots. Lorsqu'à attaque terroriste dont la grande démocratie indienne fut une victime.
In difficult conditions, Indian security forces battled bravely and successfully to rescue hundreds of innocent people who were caught up in the attacks. And from across the Indian Ocean, Australia was deeply shocked and appalled by the deadly and horrific Mumbai attacks.
We'll never forget the awful images of 26/11, including the flames from this hotel that lit up the night sky. We'll never forget how the world, including the American people, watched and grieved with all of India. But the resolve and the resilience of the Indian people during those attacks stood in stark contrast to the savagery of the terror.
Thank you. We now have a short documentary on the making of Indian Constitution.
The Constitution is the supreme law of India. It lays down the framework defining fundamental political principles, establishes the structure, procedures, powers, and the duties of government institutions, and sets out fundamental rights, directive principles, and the duties of citizens. It is the longest written constitution of any sovereign country in the world, containing in its original form 395 articles and 8 schedules, to which additions have been made through subsequent amendments. At present, it contains 448 articles in 24 parts, 12 schedules, and 97 amendments. The Constituent Assembly of India was elected to write the Constitution of India. Following India's independence from Great Britain, its members served as the nation's first parliament. The Assembly met for the first time in New Delhi on the 9th of December 1946 at 11 a.m. in the Constitution Hall, which is now the Central Hall of Parliament. Dr. Sachidanand Sinha was the temporary chairman of the Constituent Assembly when it met for the first time. Dr. Rajendra Prasad was then elected the President of the Constituent Assembly and would later become the first President of India. In its meeting of 14th August 1947, a proposal for forming various committees was presented. Such committees included a Committee on Fundamental Rights, the Union Powers Committee, and Union Constitution Committee. On the 29th of August 1947, the drafting committee was appointed with Dr. B.R. Ambedkar as the chairman, along with 6 other members, assisted by a constitutional advisor. A draft constitution was prepared by the committee and submitted to the Assembly on the 4th of November 1947. The draft constitution was debated and over 2,000 amendments were moved over a period of 2 years. The assembly met in sessions open to the public for 166 days, spread over a period of 2 years, 11 months and 18 days before adopting the constitution. The total expenditure incurred during this process was 64 lakh rupees. Finally, on 26th of November 1949, the process was completed and the Constituent Assembly adopted the Constitution. The members of the Assembly signed 2 copies of the document, one each in Hindi and English, on the 24th of January 1950. The Constitution was enacted by the Constituent Assembly on the 26th of November 1949. The Constitution of India came into effect on the 26th of January 1950, a day that is now commemorated in India as Republic Day. This date was chosen to commemorate the Purna Swaraj Declaration of Independence of 1930. With its adoption, the Union of India officially became the modern and contemporary Republic of India, and it replaced the Government of India Act of 1935 as the country's fundamental governing document. At this point, the Constituent Assembly became the Provisional Parliament of India, which continued to be in existence until after the first elections under the new constitution took place in 1952. The Constitution declares India, assuring its citizens of justice, equality and liberty, and endeavors to promote fraternity among them. The words socialist and secular were added to the definition in 1976 by a constitutional amendment. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Sanjay Phake, Jawaharlal Nehru, C. Rajagopalachari, Rajendra Prasad, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Kanhaiya Lal Munshi, Purushottam Mavlankar, Sandeep Kumar Patel, Maulana Abul Kalam Azad, Shama Prasad Mukherjee, Nalini Ranjan Ghosh, and Balwant Rai Mehta were some of the important figures of the Assembly. The Constitution of India has been inspired by some of the greatest democracies of the world, including Britain, America, Russia, and France. The original Constitution of India is handwritten with exquisite calligraphy by Prem Bihari Narayan Raizada. Each page has been beautifully illuminated by artists from Shanti Niketan, including Biohar Ram Manohar Sinha and Nandalal Bose.
Thank you. The Embassy of India and the Indian Women's Network, IWN, conducted an art competition on the theme of Indian women and 75 years of India's independence for all the Indian women in Kuwait. The artworks were posters, collage, paintings, or a sketch. Today, we are happy to felicitate the winners on their achievement. May I request Ambassador of India to Kuwait, His Excellency Shri Sri B. George and Madam Joyce Sibi to come to the dais and honor these winners. Welcome, sir. Welcome, ma'am. The first prize goes to Mrs. Hussaina. Please give her a round of applause. Congratulations, Ms. Hussaina. Thank you. The second prize goes to Mrs. Priya Balakrishna. Please give her a big round of applause. Congratulations, Mrs. Priya Balakrishna. The third prize goes to Dr. Soumya R. Shetty. Please give a big round of applause. Congratulations, Dr. Soumya. A hearty congratulations to all the winners. And I request Ambassador Sir and Madam Joyce Chibi to take the seats. Thank you. The embassy has set up an exhibition at the library on making of the Indian Constitution. I request Ambassador of India to Kuwait, His Excellency Shri Sri B. George Sir and Madam Joyce Sibi to inaugurate the exhibition. I also request everyone present here to join the inauguration. लाइव है वहाँ पे चल रहा है ना वोट ऑफ थैंक्स यहाँ पे नहीं आएंगे बट वोट ऑफ थैंक्स है मुझे अनाउंस करना पड़ेगा होने के बाद just vote of thanks से finish. The inauguration at the library on making of the Indian Constitution is being done.
See what's happening nowadays. It's just because of this constitution that we are so diversified, so diversified. Only thing that is holding us is this constitution. No, something great, unimaginable.
This is the, they formed the objectives, the solution first. They agreed on the basic principles and then they worked on it. Yes, and it is the parliament session where it is happening. Yes, yes.
With this, we come to the end of the program, and on behalf of the embassy, I extend my heartfelt thanks to all the dignitaries, friends who joined us live, members of all Indian associations, and media fraternity for their presence. I thank His Excellency Shri C.B. George and Madam Joyce Sibi for their constant guidance and encouragement. Congratulations to all the winners. Thank you once again to one and all for joining us. Jai Hind.